I created G-plans out of nutrition frustration. One day during nutrition studies at Duke University, we came across a revelation. We discovered that everyone has a completely unique metabolic structure and type. Eating a generic diet program will not get you the results you want, and you will continue on a path of yo-yo dieting forever. Ultimately, sustainable food programs are built within your own specific metabolic template.
I eat what Dr. G tells me to eat for my metabolic type. I don't call this program a diet because I eat more than on other programs.
Hello and welcome to our nutrition topic today. We're going to be diving in today into how to eat out and stay on track with your weight loss goals. So this is something we talk about a lot, something that can be really, really challenging, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. So it's important to be able to, obviously, of course, there's going to be certain times and situations where you're not going to be able to prepare everything on your own. You're going to need to eat out. And there's also certain times where eating out can be an amazing social experience with friends and family. So we don't want to sacrifice that, but you might have goals and you want to see weight loss progress. So today we're going to dive into detail on some things to look for, some tips and tricks, modifications even that you can make at restaurants to eat a bit healthier, save some calories, and stay on track with your goals. So thank you so much for tuning in today. Again, as always, please do feel free. Any questions, even suggestions maybe that you have that come up throughout this presentation, please add those to the chat box. I love to have a bit of conversation at the end, kind of hear from you as well. So we'll get started here in just a minute. Getting on going here. All right. Okay, so how to eat out and stay on track with your weight loss goals. All right, so eating out is definitely a great way to connect with family and friends, take a break from cooking, which we need sometimes, and cleaning, and enjoy new foods that you might not prepare at home as well. However, according to data from the USDA, eating outside the home just a few times a week has been associated with weight gain and obesity. If you don't know what to look for on a menu, you can easily end up consuming many more calories than you may realize. Often, even menu options that definitely appear as if they are a healthy choice can be still packed with calories, sugar, fat, and sodium. So today we're going to discuss how to make the healthiest choices you can on a menu so that you can eat out without sacrificing your goals. So, all right, so breaking this down a little bit into some steps specifically to take before you leave for the restaurant. So first and foremost, read the menu. So this can be really helpful in addition to just the menu. Of course, lots of restaurants, more likely franchises or chains in particular, will have, of course, the nutritional information online as well. So it can really help you to make a better decision. Looking up that menu, if you're not familiar with the restaurant, becoming more familiar with it, and then choosing the best option before you leave, it's going to help you stick to the best choice. You're much more likely to make more unhealthy choices when you are already hungry or distracted. So choosing what you will order at home before you're at the restaurant can help to avoid last-minute temptations. Secondly, sounds kind of weird, have a snack. So before you leave for the restaurant, try having a small snack. It doesn't have to be anything really big. This is if you're already feeling a bit hungry. So opting for, say, fiber-packed veggies or something with a bit of protein will help so that you're not completely starving once you arrive at the restaurant and prevent overeating. This is also a great tip in those situations if you're going to a restaurant that does offer, say, tortilla chips or bread brought out to the table once you sit down. Have a glass of water as well. So studies have shown that drinking water before a meal can help to reduce the amount of calories you consume and aid weight loss efforts. Try having a full glass of water around 30 minutes before your meal. Even better, also avoid any sugar-sweetened beverages throughout the meal and stick with water during your meal as well. Okay, so now that you're at the restaurant, a few more things to look for here. First, check how the food is prepared. So foods that are going to be fried, breaded, or sauteed are often much higher in fat and calories overall, as they have been cooked in oils and butter. And then, of course, with fried and breaded, you have the addition of a little bit more carbohydrates in that breading as well. So looking for words like light, fresh, or skinny are common menu keywords that can mean the option in lowering calories and fat. Still have to be cautious with that one, because most of the time those keywords are gonna lead you to better, more lower calorie options, but not necessarily all the time. Again, sticking with choices that are grilled, baked, or steamed are also going to be much better choices. So secondly, like I mentioned, does the menu show calories? So many restaurant menus today now do show the calories and nutritional information. So if you're at a restaurant that shows this on the menu, makes finding a healthy option a lot easier. And then definitely feel free to ask for substitutions. So don't be afraid to ask. Most restaurants today are going to be extremely accommodating, and asking for things like sauce on the side, veggies cooked without butter, or to go light on the salt are a few ways you can make your meal a bit healthier. And all you have to do is ask. So definitely feel free. Again, if there's not something even on the menu, ask for those substitutions. So replace the sides. So while many meals may come with more high calorie sides, like French fries as an example, know that you are in full control of your meal and you can ask for something else. So swapping out higher calorie sides with extra veggies, a side salad, or fresh fruit is a great trade-off to really reduce calories quite a bit and increase your consumption of more nutrient-dense foods at the same time. Definitely be cautious of sauces. So many sauces and dressings, particularly those that are more cream-based, can definitely be packed with calories. Look for lighter options or ask for your dressing or sauce on the side. This will allow you to better control your portion. So especially with a salad, you might have kind of heard this trick before, but works really well. Rather than asking for that dressing poured all over your salad, simply ask for it on the side. You can fill up your fork with a bite of lettuce and just dip it directly into the dressing. That will help so you still have a bit of dressing on each bite, but you're dramatically reducing the portion that you have as well. So watch the toppings as well. So when trying to make healthier choices at a restaurant, it is common to opt for salads as a better option. However, very often the toppings added to a salad can quickly add up. So watch out for choices that have added cheese, bacon, tortilla strips, and mayonnaise cream-based dressings. Remember that you can also, like we mentioned with the dressings and sauces, you can ask for these things on the side or not added to your meal as well. Or what if there are no healthier menu options? Keep in mind that even if there are no seemingly healthier choices on the menu, there are still ways that you can adjust menu offerings to reduce calories and create a better option for you. So some restaurants, such as Panera, they do offer some hidden menu items that may also be healthier choices. In addition, many burger restaurants will accommodate a request for a burger to be served on a salad or as a lettuce wrap, even if that's not listed on the menu. When you don't have a lot of healthier options to choose from, it is important to remember, be creative, and you can always ask for modifications. During the meal at the restaurant, number one, this is a good tip. So ask for a to-go box. Because restaurant portions are often very, very large, try asking for a to-go box when your meal is actually brought to the table. Divide your meal in half and take the rest back home with you for later. When we are presented with a large portion, we are more likely to eat the full meal and realize afterwards that we are a bit too full. So go ahead and box that up right when you get your meal to the table. Most of the times you're probably going to find out you're feeling full, you're very satisfied with half that meal. Be mindful. So mindful eating means to give your full attention to the process of eating, as well as the social connection while eating with others. Take the time to disconnect from your phone and fully enjoy your meal and conversation. Mindful eating can help you to reconnect with feelings of satiety, helping you to eat less and thoroughly enjoy the experience of eating out. So definitely worthwhile. Make sure you're really in the moment, you're enjoying that meal, and being very mindful while you're eating can also help you to notice you're feeling full maybe earlier than if you were a bit more distracted. And have coffee instead of dessert. So rather than ordering a dessert, have a cup of coffee instead. On top of cutting extra calories and added sugars, you will be consuming the antioxidants and polyphenols that are rich in coffee as well. So easy way to have something satisfying after your meal, but you're majorly reducing the calories there. Okay, and so I'm going to go through a few tips for some various restaurants. So different types of restaurants you may go to, some things to look for to make things a little bit healthier, lower calorie for you. So at a Mexican restaurant, opt for a side salad or request that chips are not brought to your table. Add fresh veggies and salsa to your dish rather than the queso or the sour cream. Choose corn tortillas or even lettuce wraps over the flour tortillas. Corn tortillas are typically actually a bit smaller, and they're also a better source of whole grains. Some good menu choices might look like chicken fajitas, a taco salad without the hard shell and without queso, and shrimp or chicken tacos on soft corn tortillas. So while a lot of these restaurants, you might think initially, there's not a lot of healthy choices, there's a lot of modifications that you can make and still eat really healthy. So with Chinese food, Chinese restaurant, order an extra side of veggies if choosing a stir-fried dish. Very often, a lot of stir-fried dishes will not have a ton of veggies in them, so ordering that extra side can help you to load up and get more nutrient-dense veggies. Avoid dishes with thick sauces or ask for the sauce on the side. Choose the steamed brown rice instead of fried rice, which typically is higher in sodium and lower in fiber than brown rice as well. Stick with a stir-fried or sautéed meat option. Examples are like the Kung Pao chicken or chicken and broccoli, and skip the more breaded and fried choices like General Tso's or sweet and sour chicken. Breakfast and brunch. So order a side of whole grain toast rather than biscuits, muffins, or pancakes. That toast will provide a boost of fiber and nutrients, and you're getting, again, a whole grain source there. Choose an omelet and add extra veggies. Ask for a side dish of fresh fruit rather than the home fries or the grits. omelets are a great way. You're getting excellent protein and then load up on those veggies there. Great healthy choice. An American steakhouse. Choose more leaner cuts of meat, so like a filet mignon or a flank steak, rather than more fatty cuts like a rib eye or tenderloin. Stick to eating about 3 to 6 ounce portion and bring the rest home with you. So ask for that to-go box when they bring the meal to the table. When it comes to sides, pick a baked potato, veggies, or a side salad. Skip some of those heavier choices like scalloped potatoes or wedge salads. These are often prepared using cheese, oil, and cream-based sauces that add quite a bit of calories and fat. Italian food. When ordering pasta dishes, ask your server if whole grain pasta is available. So will definitely help boost your fiber content there. Choose a tomato-based sauce instead of a cream-based one like Alfredo. It's an easy way, you're cutting calories and boosting your veggie content. Skip the bread basket and have a side salad or a cup of soup instead. And look for grilled fish and shrimp-based options for a boost of healthy essential fats. And lastly here, another suggestion is with Southern food-based restaurants. Choose grilled or roasted meats and freshly prepared vegetables like the green beans or collard greens. Avoid those fried vegetables and definitely more of the casserole-based side dishes as well. Do tend to have a lot more calories and fat in them. Good choices might look like pulled chicken with baked beans and collard greens, or smoked turkey with green beans and corn on the cob. Okay, and one easy way to eat healthier at fast food restaurants in particular is to look at the nutritional information. So most chain restaurants that fast food options do post this information online as well as the franchise location. So take advantage of this information and aim to keep your entire meal at 500 calories or less. Pass on the fries and the extra sauces. A large size side of fries from McDonald's is 490 calories alone. So when you're trying to keep that meal under 500 calories, obviously that one won't work for you too well. In addition to just the calories, look for choices that will be lower in fat and higher in protein and fiber specifically. And lastly here, when to be flexible. So it's so important to understand that you can still have some flexibility and enjoy other options while out to eat, just not too frequently. If your goal is weight loss, having one meal each week as an off-plan meal should not affect your progress and in many ways can be beneficial and a great time to enjoy with friends and family. It is important to note that if you're eating out multiple times in a week and not being cautious with your menu choices, you could begin to sabotage your results. Know that you can absolutely still have flexibility in your diet for other foods, but if you're eating out frequently, it's very, very important to be very diligent with your choices as they can definitely start to add up. So, want to make sure you understand, of course, outside of what we discussed today, you can absolutely enjoy other choices. Just be very careful and cautious with how frequently that may be. And so lastly here, tell me a little bit, how do you make healthier choices when eating out? What has worked for you when eating out to find those healthier options? And are there any adjustments or substitutions maybe that you make when you're out to make things a little bit healthier? Would love if you share in the chat box. I'd love to have a bit of a conversation with you. And feel free as well. If you did have any questions, anything else come up in this presentation today, please feel free to add that in the chat box at this time as well. All right. Okay. All right. Looks like I see Seal. Thanks for adding, Seal. Looks like Seasons 52. I haven't heard of that restaurant before. Healthy Deliciousness. Hard to get a reservation. That's awesome when you can find a great restaurant that's serving up healthy, delicious options. I guess that's why it's tough to get in. That sounds good. Um, Sherry says, okay. Um, how do you skip a meal in the app if you do choose to have a cheat meal? That's a really good question. So following the G Plans app, of course, we always say you feel free to have that one meal a week that is off plan for you. You do not necessarily, you don't have to skip that meal. Just do not, of course, track that meal. So one meal a week, you do not have to track. Just don't add that into your plan for that one meal each week. Yeah, awesome. Um, Great. I see Marixie says, I try to eat soup that's non-creamy, great, and a salad. Oh, perfect. Both great options, more of a broth-based soup and a side salad can be great ways, especially if there's other maybe more tempting appetizers or things brought to the table. Go ahead and order that soup and or a salad. That'll help out tremendously, much lower calories. Awesome. Oh, I heard from someone else. Seasons 52 is great. I'm going to have to look that up. Sherry also says, I went out for Mexican food and had no chips and ordered the corn tortillas and fajitas. That's awesome. Yeah. Can be a tough one. So a lot of Mexican restaurants, you think it can be tough, but at the same time, you can eat so healthy at Mexican restaurants. Great options you can choose from. All right, great input today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I really hope this was a helpful conversation today. Yeah, it's eating out is, again, it's a great time and a great social experience that we want to enjoy. But again, when your goal is weight loss, you have to be very cautious. You can enjoy always having, say, one meal a week off your plan if you are following G plans. Feel free not to track that meal. But if you are eating out more frequently, say than that one time a week, then you need to be very careful, very cautious on what you're ordering and make the best healthiest choices that you can. So please feel free. Let me know if you have any other questions. And we're about to come to an end for today. Next week here, we are going to dive into the importance of accountability with weight loss goals. So, going to discuss why accountability is so important, how some tips and tricks, kind of ways that you can hold yourself accountable, but why it's also important to share your goals with others to help them hold you accountable also. So, hope you have an awesome rest of the day. Have a great Wednesday. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope some of these tips today will help you next time you're out to eat. All right, have a great one.